Okay, yeah, it's funny until COVID came. Yeah, you ain't laughing no more, are you? Yeah, it's not funny anymore. Yeah. God is a master in making you realize things ain't a game. God is a master in making you realize who's really Lord. God is a master at making you realize who his true people are. Throughout the history of this whole world, he's always showed you, yeah, that's my people. Play with them again. I give you something worse than COVID. You can't afford to fight me, America. You on your last leg. If this all gets shaked up and chaos starts and you got COVID-19 already, you know how dead you're going to be? You already got COVID on you. It's not leaving. They already talking about it spiking again. Yeah, go check the news. In the past couple of days, they've been talking about it spiking again. You can't afford to play games with me. Because we turn this next corner, we turn another corner, and something happens worse than COVID, this civilization is gone. I don't care how New York strong you are or American strong you are. We turn one more corner and something bad, worse than this happens to you, you out of here. You can't take it because COVID is already in the community. Whether you want to believe it's coming down or you done got comfortable again, whatever you feel, I'm letting you know facts. COVID is still all throughout your community, which means you particularly individually being a human and finite in physique, you still could be killed out here. All across the country. You can still be killed. You thinking about other people. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you. In America, going out here every day or whatever you do, you still can be killed in an instant through COVID. That's still a reality. In case you didn't think so, it's still a reality for you. I say all that to say, that being a reality for you, you ain't got a chance to play with me. You don't have enough good karma, enough of a good situation to play with somebody, to go to war with somebody. You don't have it. I'm showing you what you don't have. You don't have it. Because if this turn up one more notch, you out of here. I'm telling you, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see it. It turns up just a little more and you out of here. You already got COVID. You already got crazy people everywhere killing the kids and everything. This turns up a little more, not to mention the bad karma that you gotta get this for what you've already done in the past year while I've been here. Oh, you got karma coming for that. It stacks up. You can't just say, well, this is happening. This is always going to happen. No, you building more problems. You made more problems on top of other problems. That's what you just did. Yeah, you don't make up these rules. It can get worse and worse and worse. Yeah, that's the rules. It can turn up more and more and more until you're gone. All gone. Completely gone. No working, no society, no nothing. That's the turn up that you should not want to happen. That's the turn up that you can't afford. Shut your whole community down. Let alone your dreams. It won't be nothing here. It won't be nothing here. No gangsters can't play with that. Man, can't no gangsters play with that, man. Yeah, they on my side. You know why? Because I'm revealing 40 states is messing with the children. I'm revealing 44 states got child marriage. That's all the real gangsters on my side already. They already, if they was gambling on me versus you, Illuminati, I already won. Because you are a part of America. It's convenient to try to act like you're not a part of America when I turn up on this. When the turn up get real, now you want to say, well, that's not us. But it's who you're involved with, though. It's who you've been using. It's the citizens that's in your group. They American. You can't separate from the government or the people that or the country that you claim to love when it's convenient. I haven't claimed to love America. I didn't claim any loyalty. So how am I disloyal when I never had any oath of loyalty? That part. That's like me saying I'm loyal to Indonesia and I ain't never been, had no oath of loyalty or put in my heart anything of loyalty to Indonesia, anything in my mind of loyalty to Indonesia, but yet people saying that person's disloyal, a betrayer, a traitor, that's the word they use. How am I a traitor and I never had any ties to you? How am I a traitor when I was never loyal to you as a black man? Yeah. As a black man, I've never been loyal to America. Yeah, maybe some black people in the government. You have had oaths of loyalty. That's you. But out here on these streets, where there's constant injustices, I have not claimed any loyalty to this country substantially, significantly. I have not set my heart to be with America. I've had my heart to be with people that stood with America and you have a little respect for it, but we know the difference. Let's keep it 100. We know the difference between oaths of loyalty, soldiers' oaths of loyalty, and civilians who are black who really don't mess with you, really don't have an alliance with you. In other words, most black people are tolerating America, let alone an oath of loyalty. You're being tolerated. The government is being tolerated. The politicians are being tolerated. While you talking about traitor, we're tolerating the people that you talking about we loyal to. It's called tolerating people, tolerating the government. That's what it's called, tolerance. And now it's becoming an intolerance because we realize you the ones been messing with the children. 40 states, the age of consent is under 18. 44 states is married children. Now you are intolerable. Now it's time to say goodbye. Bye-bye. Okay, we was already tolerating you. Tired of the injustices, tired of the things that's going on. Then we find out of all the things that you've done, you have the world record for having sex with the youngest age of children. I mean, if that's not the turn up, somebody's mentally disabled. Somebody's mentally disabled. If that's not the turn up. That's the turn up, buddy. Now you have officially become an intolerance to black people, because this is not my first merry-go-around looking at injustices and crazy stuff from your community, from your government. This is not my first time at the rodeo. Okay? This is not my first time at the rodeo. We've been here many times, and here we are again, looking at you doing something totally contradicting of everything that you're talking about. And it's done got around to children. And it's done got around to the Mexicans. Find out Donald Trump wanted to bomb the Mexican country. I told you this would happen. I told you this day would come. I told you that. I told you eventually they're going to tick off the Mexican community. Now you done it. Now you have done it. Yeah. At the end of the day, man, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. And here's what they're not telling you, because it's not convenient for the American government to tell you this. Drug cartel people don't get to be, doesn't deserve, even though they're selling drugs, to have bombs dropped on their heads. Boom. Gotcha. I got you. And there it is again. slowly but subtly seeping into the atmosphere. Another defeat for America. Hey, that's your commander in chief. Sitting up here talking about bombing people for selling drugs. Last time I checked, that would be inhumane. That's not good humanity. Good humanity is to, if people are selling drugs, make them go pay the time. This man was serious. This was not a game. This was not a joke. This man wanted to kill people for selling drugs. Let's say it for how it is. Bombs drop, people die. So Mexico now is against one of your leaders. Hey, yeah, people don't deserve to die because you're selling drugs. I never said that. I said I'm sending people to jail. That's crazy because I'm elevated. I'm a leader. I don't have time to play with roaches. The turn up is real, so I got to turn up. I don't have time to play with roaches. This man, Donald Trump, talking about not what I'm saying. He talking about bombing and killing drug dealers. See, it's convenient for CNN. It's good that they revealed it, but they don't give you the real turn up you need. They don't give you the real soundbite turn ups you need. What you need, how you need to hear it, is this man has no right to kill drug dealers. That's how you need to hear it. Right? They're not killing pedophiles. They're not killing rapists here, which you have right here in your backyard. By the way, they're not killing people who kill their children right here in your backyard. But he wants, and it happened in his administration, people killing their children, killing each other, but he want to bomb specifically Mexican drug dealers. See what I'm saying? You need to listen to people like me. My turn up is real on every topic. Why they trying to tell you I'm a one-trick pony, how I'm bouncing all around the place? Go look at my videos, how I'm a one-trick pony. When I'm revealing stuff that your mom and dad didn't tell you. That's already 2 tricks right there. Boom. I'm telling you, and they don't know it. I'm not using Jedi mind tricks. I'm telling your community stuff they don't know. And I'm constantly doing that. And it's more than one issue. It's more than one law. If it's more than one law, how's a one-trick pony situation? And then you got COVID, that's 2. Your country literally is suffering from something, a virus. Then I'm revealing the information that's destroying the system of your country. That's more than one trick, partner. You got COVID everywhere. They're dying every day. And on top of that, I'm shutting down the integrity of the American government. 44 states marrying children. Why you got COVID? That's total defeat. That's 2 different types of defeat. You got COVID. God sent a supernatural miracle. And then I'm revealing, as a messenger, the defeat for your government because they got 40 states with the age of consent under 18 and 44 states marrying children. They got 44 states having child marriage. That's not a one-trick pony to me, partner. On top of exposing the Black community for not being able to reveal that Martin Luther King Jr., the American government settled out of court with Martin Luther King Jr.'s family in 1999 in October for conspiring against Martin Luther King Jr. using the Italian mob as well to do the footwork. Oh yeah, they used the Italian mob. It makes sense. The government couldn't get their hands dirty, so they couldn't use Black people, obviously. So who are they gonna use? White people. Now you get it? Now you got it good. See there? And your parents ain't telling you that. Your community, that's another trick. If we're talking about tricks, if you want to reduce it down to tricks that a pony do, there's another trick. Nobody's telling you that the American government went to court. Okay, I got to tell you like a child story. Since you can't get the turn up, I got to turn up, come down, like I'm telling you a child story. So the American government settled out of court. They went to court. They went to court with Martin Luther King's Jr. family. This happened. This is not a conspiracy. I know. No one told you, huh? That's what I'm saying. Now you see why I'm in the position I'm in. Why you think I'm hyped. Now you see why. Because God is going to reveal all the foolishness to me. He's doing it. While your other leaders are not getting anything revealed to them. Why they're not revealing anything if they do know it. Because at the end of the day, none of these leaders told you this. That the American government went to court with Martin Luther King's Jr. family in October 1999. Okay, you got that? That's 20 years ago. Okay, over 20 plus years ago. That's 23 years ago. 23 years ago. 23 years ago, the American government, that's not a long time, by the way. That's not 50 years. That's not 50 years ago. 23 years ago. Right before the millennium, 1999. The American government settled out of court as guilty for conspiring against Martin Luther King Jr. You know the difference between this, what I'm telling you, and conspiracy theory? Is facts. This is facts. Why they already wrote books about it throughout the years, in the 90s, in the 80s, and in the 70s, they wrote books all about what we thought. That's a whole different situation from what I'm telling you. That's why I got to erase all of that from your mind. That's all speculation. Not brainwashing you, erasing the speculation. Now, here's the facts. I got to do it like that because people just go with it. They heard so much stuff. Now, here's the facts. In 1999, the American government went to court with Martin Luther King's Jr. family. They all went to court. The American government was the one that was liable. They were the one being accused, not some one person, not the Ku Klux Klan, not any racist group. The person that was being held responsible for a crime was the American government. You see the difference? Not these racist people, not these white power people. The American government who's supposed to be serving you in your country, they went to court. Not a Pacific person. The whole American government, the United States of America, this is how it's put. This is who went to court. The government. Yeah, that's the difference. That's the difference. They went to court, was found guilty, not speculation, not conspiracy theory, all these books. Probably hundreds of books were written on what happened to Martin Luther King Jr. This is what really happened. You know the American government is not going to just say, well, we did it and we didn't do it. You think they're going to they take responsibility for nothing, and you think they're going to just say they were guilty? They really did have a part in it. Yeah, they had a part in it. And I'm not telling you like any of these other conspiracy theorists. And no disrespect to any of them. I go with the facts because God reveals the facts to me. He does that. He reveals the facts to me. These are facts. There's no way around it. This is what I go with. This is called keeping it 100. Because we're going to see who's really who. When I can show you that your American government conspired, thought behind closed doors, we want to kill this person. I don't care what times it was. We were more progressive and they heard what was coming out the man's mouth. They heard what the man was about. And if you think it was all white people, you are deceived. There were some black people that had to have a part. All of them were white in the American government. Even then, there were some black people somewhere. I'm not saying they was on the highest levels. I suspect someone black had to be a part of that. But let's just keep it to what we do know. What we do know is the American government went to court with Martin Luther King Jr.'s family, them on one side, the American government on the other side. This was a real court date. Wasn't no internet. At least in this case, it wasn't. No internet. Two parties in court. The American government found guilty. They looked at the facts. They looked at all the situation for what it was. And they found them guilty of conspiring against Martin Luther King Jr. Now, back to you. Who's been revealing that to you and your family? Who told you that when you was a kid? Did your parents know about it? Did your grandmama know about it? Did your granddaddy know about it? Okay, then I'm officially above you and your family. You get what I'm saying? Whether you want to accept it or not. Turn up is real. This ain't no goofiness. What's goofy is your whole family didn't even know it. That's what's goofy. All these black people talking about they black power and all of this. You didn't know this? Why the Black Panthers didn't tell you? Oh, I'm turning up. All these Al Sharpton, why he didn't tell you? Why Jesse Jackson didn't tell you? Why Shaquille O'Neal didn't tell you? Why all these people in your face that claim to represent blackness, why didn't they tell you? You can't explain it, can you? That's what I'm saying. You can't explain it. Why we talk about what happened, why we ain't talk about that? That part. I mean, we talk about it from time to time. Every time Martin Luther King Jr. holiday come around, why they ain't told you? Why haven't they told you? That's 23 Martin Luther King Jr. holidays. Why couldn't we update to the information? Okay, now when the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday come around, we got update information. Yeah, you know the American government conspired against it. They found them guilty. Why can't you throw that in there on the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday? That's all I'm saying. And it should make you wonder, am I saying anything wrong? It should make you wonder. All these black leaders, all in the videos, I'm going to say it like Suge Knight, all in the videos. You got all these rappers talking about what they doing and not doing. All these people these rappers slash politicians, all these people that claim to be God's true people, all these people, everybody, I can go through all of them. All the people that claim to be so in touch with African information, you name them. Name them. Name them. None of them told you. Ain't none of them. See, that's why I get the respect. Just in case you wondered and thought it wasn't deserved, just in case you thought stuff I have I don't deserve, just in case you thought I'm on a level I don't deserve to be on, then why I'm revealing information your whole family don't know? Explain that to me. You can't blame Tupac because he wasn't here. You can't blame that. You can't blame them. I'm talking about people that's here after 1999. You got a lot of people. All the people you respect. Hear any of the Fugees, the rappers, Fugees? Anybody? Lauryn Hill? I love her, but did she tell you about it? Did Snoop Dogg tell you about it? Jay-Z? Beyonce? Anybody tell you about this? I'm talking about the top. It ain't nothing personal. It's all these people at the top that you respect, that you love. They're not telling you the information. So how are you higher ranking than me? By money, fame, and success? Okay. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't really have none of that. Malcolm X didn't really have none of that. And you can't be mad at me for pointing out people at the top, no matter what the situation is. How are you going to be mad at me when it's the top people that should be able to see all things and should be able to reveal things to you? They don't claim to be leaders, but they are. They are, though. They are. You don't have none of them revealing this to you. You don't have nobody revealing that. And you making them untouchable. But they ain't telling you nothing. That's what I'm saying. These are the people you reverence. These are the people you would go out and do crazy stuff for. But they not, what are they revealing? What are they revealing to you? You, in other words, the people that's on top that you emulate and idolize so much, there's many, many of them. All these people on the top. Because I know if Tupac was alive, he'd be talking about it. He would be talking about it. Because he's just that type of person. He names specifics. Why none of y'all do that anymore? He named specific people. Tupac was talking about Donald Trump. Right or wrong? It ain't about nothing but people being on top should be revealing things to you. Martin Luther King Jr. was conspired against by the American government. In 1999, they settled out of court with his family for doing so. They conspired against him. In other words, they went behind closed doors and wanted and talked about how they could kill this man that was full of joy and love, full of happiness and wanting people to come together. It's no excuse for that. It's no excuse. You can talk about the times. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. It's no excuse for that. That's all I'm saying. So how do I have time to stick to street codes and G codes and all these different codes when I'm revealing things that none of the people in the American community have? Al Sharpton didn't, like I told you. Jesse Jackson didn't. The American government, with all their technology, all the little mind technology to watch people's brains and all their astro projectings of technologies. They didn't tell you American government settled out of court in 1999 in October with Martin Luther King Jr.'s family. And here's the punchline. They only gave him $100. By that time, the American government had all kind of money to play around with. They gave him $100. Their family $100. That's a smack in the face. That's almost like a racist transaction. Right or wrong? You need to know this stuff. Yeah, you need to know. And I'm the only one that's telling you. Anybody telling you this? Did you hear it any other place? Then I'm the one that told you. And that's the bottom line. Did you hear it anywhere else? Most of you didn't. Most of you did not know. That's another thing I'm revealing to your community. Besides the 40 states having sex with children, besides 44 states allowing child marriage, besides the age of consent being under 18 in 40 states, I'm just revealing to you that the American government settled out of court in 1999 for conspiring against Martin Luther King Jr. None of your American community told you in an openly public way on the world stage. No one told you. No one. Not out there like that. So see, that's what I'm saying. That's the difference from me than other people. We look. In other words, all the black community that's been disrespecting me, while I'm telling you something that your own leaders that you so love, that's why I brought them up, because you love them so much.